As we all know, mathematics is a subject that deals with numbers, with patterns, with logic, and so on. This subject is very important because whatever we learn in this subject, we could apply it in real life. Now in this video, I'm going to teach you some of the basic lessons in mathematics that could surely help you in solving your real life problems now that we are in the modern world. My name is Gino Paolo, a first-year college student from BSEd-Science. Now, the first part of our lesson is that we are going to talk about mathematics in our world. Now, we may not aware of it or we may not see it, but mathematics has influenced our everyday lives. Mathematics is everywhere. One of the basic concepts of this idea is what we call pattern. A pattern is a repeated way or a regular way in which something happens or is done. And now we are going to apply mathematics in it. Mathematics as a study of pattern. An example of pattern in our daily lives is what we call routine. We wake up, we brush our teeth, we eat breakfast, we go to school, then we come back home. And these activities is repeated up into the next day and up into the next. Now, in mathematics, in studying pattern, we are able to estimate or to predict what could come next after looking upon the series that comes before. And in patterns, there are three types. We have the logical pattern, we have the geometric pattern, and we have the numerical patterns. Logical pattern. Logical pattern is the ability to discover meaningful patterns in a strange and unpredictable situation. Now, try to look at this example. What could come next? Yes, it's the letter C. If you try to look at the series before, you see that the first box stated an left angle, and then the second one is the right, and then in the next series it's go again the left and then the right. So if you think it logically, the next box that should come next should be the left angle, which is the letter C. Geometric patterns. Geometric patterns are shapes or abstract designs that are repeated. Try to look at these examples. Now, as you can see, these are the examples of geometric patterns where shapes or abstract designs are repeated. Now, here on out, let's try to have a sample problem that relates to geometric patterns. What should come next? Yes, it's the letter B. As you can see, the first two consecutive shapes are the triangle is upside down and the circle is above it. And so we can conclude that the next shape should be the same, which is the letter B. Numerical patterns. Numerical patterns are arrangement of numbers in such a way that it follows a certain property or a pattern. Try to look at this example. As you can see, one dot was added by two dots and that results into three dots. And then the three dots was added into another three dots and that results into six dots. And then the six dots was added by four dots and that results into 10 dots. It seems that each succeeding numbers is added by a counting number, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's result into our final pattern, which is 10 dots. And now let's have our sample problem for numerical patterns. Try to look at this problem. What number should come next? Yes, it's the number 21. As you can see in the series of numbers, each number is added by 3. 3 plus 3 is equals to 6, 6 plus 3 is equals to 9, and so on and so forth. And so, the next number that should come next is a number that was added by 3. And so, 18 plus 3 is equals to 21. And that is our numerical pattern. Now, that's all for our first lesson Always remember that pattern is part of our lives, and it is mathematics that helps us understand these patterns so that we may able to have a more deep understanding of the world. And now the next part of our lesson, we are going to talk about problem solving strategy. So as we go on living, it is normal for us to have problems. And there are some instances where this problem requires a mathematical calculation or a mathematical method in order for us to solve those problems. And mathematics has provided an effective method on how to deal with this problem. And it is known as the Borja 4-step strategy. Polya's four-step strategy was created by a Hungarian mathematician known as George Polya. He advocated a four-step problem-solving strategy that is very helpful, very effective in solving real-life problems that requires a mathematical approach. And this four-step problem strategy goes like this. First, you must understand the problem. Second, you are going to devise a plan. Third, you have to carry out the plan, and the last one is to review your solution. Understand the problem. Whenever a problem occurs, you must first have a deep understanding of what the problem is all about. You must know what goal are you aiming for or what answer are you looking for. Then after that, you are going to devise a plan. This part of the strategy lets you use a variety of techniques that would help you in solving your problem. Then after choosing what technique to be used, you are going to carry out the plan. This part of the strategy is where you are going to do all the equation, the calculation needed for you to obtain a solution. And after that, you are going to review your solution. It is better to have a check or a double check on the solution that you have obtained if your solution is correct or if it is accurate. So when devising a plan, I did say there are a variety of techniques that you can use. This variety of techniques is as listed. Now, in choosing a technique, you must make sure that the technique you will use works well with the problem so that you are going to have an accurate and correct answer. Now, in this video, I am going to discuss one type of problem-solving strategy that is very common and is very easy to use. This type of strategy is what we call the make a list strategy. Making a list is a systematic method of organizing information in rows and in columns. By putting given information in an organized list, you are able to analyze information and find the solution by completing the list. So let's try this strategy with a sample problem and also by applying the Polya 4-step strategy. Jack wants to eat an ice cream at their local ice cream store. When he arrived, he figured out that there are only two different ice cream flavors remaining, which is chocolate and vanilla, and also that there are only two different ice cream toppings, which is sprinkles and nuts. How many combinations can Jack could choose from? Now we are going to apply the Polya's 4-step strategy in this problem. First, we are going to understand the problem. We are going to determine how many possible ice cream combinations that Jack could choose from. Now that we have understood the problem, we are going to devise a plan. We are going to make an organized list of all the ice cream combinations that Jack could choose from, and that in the list there should be no repetition of the combination that can be made. Now we are going to carry out this plan. First, we have to write the letter C, that is for chocolate with no toppings at all. Next is C and S, which is chocolate with the toppings of the sprinkle. Now is C and N for chocolate with the toppings of the nuts. Now we're going to make a list for the vanilla. We're going to write V for vanilla only and no toppings at all. Now we're going to write V and S for vanilla with the toppings of the sprinkles. And now we're going to make another list, that V for V and N, which is vanilla with the toppings of the nuts. Now that we have made all the possible outcomes and the list, we conclude that there are 6 possible ice cream combinations that Jack could choose from. Now we are going to review our solution. As you can see in the list, there are no repetition that have been made, and there are only, and based from the problem given, these are only the ice cream available at the time. Therefore, our answer is correct. So that's it, everyone, for our lesson for the problem solving strategy. Remember that there are not only one, but there are a variety of techniques that you could use in problem solving strategy. All you have to do is to find the right technique for the right problem, and applying the Polya 4-step strategy will assure you a correct and accurate answer. So I hope you learned something from this video, and that mathematics is not just all about complicated computations, but it also has its artistic side, and whatever you have learned in this subject will assure you that it could apply in your real life scenario. So that's it, everyone. Thank you and have a great day.